reminded by AJ that it's been since 1999 that we've last won a state championship here at Kohler with our boys basketball program. We have had a couple of runner-ups. That would be our soccer team a couple of years ago, and then back in, I think, '06, our boys golf team came in second in the state as well. But today we're here to celebrate, welcome, and honor the 2011 Kohler High School boys golf team, WIAA Division III state champion. Come on.
Police escort and made a nice trip around the village, and many of you came over to the school and welcomed us back and congratulated us, so I appreciate that. Thank you to Lee and Marty and the entire administration for all the support they've given to the team, not only this year but in past years. I just want to talk a little bit about the team and about our experience. We don't have all of our team members here today, but we do have some representatives from our JV team and the varsity team, so I'd like to introduce the ones that we do have here. Starting on the end here, we have junior Jake Hart. Jake was a combination varsity and JV player for us this year, played in some varsity meets, and he did letter this year, so congratulations, Jake, on a great season. Next to him, we have Ryan Tengowski, another junior. Ryan was a JV player for us this year. This is his third year on the golf team, and he's what I call a range rat. He's always on the range, always hitting balls, and we just got to get him on the golf course, actually utilizing those range skills a little bit more, and he's going to turn into a pretty good player, I think. Congratulations, Ryan. Next to him, we have Alex Vanderscaff. Alex is a junior. He was a JV and varsity player for us this year. He made some great improvements this year. We got working on his swing later in the year, and I think a light bulb went off in his head, and he started to really post some good scores at the end of the year, and he's going to be a major contributor for us next year, I think, on the varsity next year, and he lettered this year as well, so congratulations, Alex. Next to him, we have freshman Derek Egbert. Derek was a nice addition to our team this year. We had lost one of our better varsity players, had gone away on a school transfer, and we needed someone to step in, and Derek stepped right in and started contributing right away, and was a solid number 5 player for us in golf. It's, you know, you only count 4 out of the 5 scores, but it's good to have that 5th player that can contribute here and there, and Derek was definitely what we would call a safety net for our team. Always there, always posting a score that if someone were to slip up, Derek was right there to pick up the pieces, so congratulations, Derek. Next to Derek, we have sophomore Logan Willis. Logan set a new sophomore scoring record for the school this year. She averaged 38.98 for a scoring average for the season. She's the only sophomore in school history to average under 40 strokes. She also had pretty good showings in conference, regionals, and sectionals, top 10 finishes in all of those. Was first team all conference, and going in the last few holes of the state tournament, she was actually on the leaderboard. Didn't have the strongest last 3 holes, but still finished in the top 15 individually, so very good showing for Logan. Next to her, we have sophomore Nick Shepman. Nick is a strong player for us. He's been a very good player in the area for as long as he's probably played golf. He's been one of the top juniors in the area, and he performed outstanding this year. Was honorable mention all conference. Had a 3rd place finish at regionals, which was outstanding for him. Also finished in the top 20 at state, and actually his scoring average of 41.1 this year is actually, I believe, the 3rd lowest in school history for a sophomore, so that's also an outstanding achievement. Next to him, we have senior Andy Hammis. Andy, I would call he's kind of the heart and soul of the team. Andy is one of the funniest kids I've ever met in my life, and he keeps everyone kind of grounded and not taking things too seriously. And you always need a kid like that who's got a great attitude just about being on the team and about being around the other players. And he definitely keeps everyone from getting too serious. And Andy's been a solid player for us for 4 years. This year, he made honorable mention all conference. He also finished in the top 20 at state individually. And he's just, I think this is the perfect cap to a great career for Andy, and great job, Andy. And then we have Jenna. Jenna tied her brother's scoring record for the school at 37.8 this year. She is also, along with her brother, Ryan, the only Kohler golfer, actually, one of only 3 Kohler golfers to medal individually at the state tournament. She finished 6th this year with 2 solid rounds in the low 80s. And basically, you name it, she did it this year. She was Conference Player of the Year. She set a school record for 18-hole scoring in a tournament. And she was basically the best player in the county, next to maybe Gino Keela, who won the individual title in Division II this year. So great job, Jenna, and great career. Congratulations. I just wanted to talk a couple minutes about our season. You know, at the beginning of the season, I do a little speech to the kids about expectations and what we're looking for the season, and I think they all kind of gave me an odd look at the beginning of the year when I said, you know, you guys have an opportunity here to win a state championship. And I kind of say things just to motivate them, and they kind of look at me like, you know, what are you talking about? But I didn't just say it just as a motivational tool. That's really something I truly believe. Looking at what we did last year, just barely missing, making it the state tournament, I knew what the other teams had coming in and what we had on our team coming back, and I just knew that, you know, we'd had so many close calls in the past, in 2005 and 2006, where we could have potentially won, but didn't quite pull through at the end. And I just felt that we were going to be the team to beat at the beginning of the year. So I had to kind of temper that expectation throughout the year and not get them too worked up. And so basically the last month, I basically didn't talk about it. I just said, you know what, just go out there and have fun and just play golf, and what happens, what happens. And that's pretty much what they did the last month of the season. And they basically did everything that they were capable of doing. They won conference, they won regionals, didn't play their best at sectionals, but still made the important step of making it to state. That was probably, getting to state was probably harder than the actual state tournament itself, and I think they realized that, having the disappointment of last year. And then once they got to state that first day, you know, they were clearly the best team in Division III, and I think the other teams realized that midway through the round, that this team's a little bit different than the other teams. So basically it was a year where expectations were high, and they were able to, sometimes that's the hardest thing when your expectations are that high, to actually come through and perform under pressure, and they did that. They did a fantastic job. So congratulations, everyone. 3 state champions.